Cardinal Supich attended the Pope's funeral this morning.
And he is with us live from Rome. Cardinal, it's good to see you. Good morning.
Thank you. Good to be with you, Terrell and Adele.
And so I know you were at the funeral mass. What was it like to be there in St. Peter's Square?
Well, it was, as it was just reported, it was a foggy, cool morning, overcast, very solemn and somber. And Pope Francis gave beautiful remarks during his homily, recounting what the role of a pastor is, and in that way, giving us an idea of how we should look upon Benedict. So it was a very solemn moment, but also one filled with gratitude for a man who served the church and society well.
Cardinal Supich, what were your personal memories of Pope Benedict?
Well, I knew him when he was the prefect for the Congregation for Doctrine of the Faith, but he also appointed me as Bishop of Spokane in 2010. So I had an opportunity to get to know him in different moments of his life. Always respected his wonderful intellect, but his genuine kindness to people.
Cardinal, for people too young to know or remember Pope Benedict, why do you think his legacy is important still today?
Well, I think he's a man who, from an early age, decided that he was going to serve God and God's people. He was lived in a time in his youth when Germany was at war. He was forced to serve in the military in the final days of the Second World War. And yet he came out of that with a sense of hope about the future. He was also an individual who had a great impact on the Second Vatican Council as a young priest. He was an expert theologian who helped guide some of the writing of the documents. And so I think that he's a very important figure in the history of life of the church.
Cardinal, there were dignitaries there, celebrities, clergy, just from all over the world. Did you see anyone or any faces that personally stood out to you?
I did not. All the diplomats and the others were seated on the opposite side of where we were, and we were brought in at the last moment to take our seats. I didn't see those folks simply because of where I was sitting.
And Cardinal, real quick before we let you go, since you've arrived in Rome, have you seen anything or heard anything, especially during the funeral mass, that makes you think of Chicago, that relates to Chicago in any way?
Well, of course, we have all sorts of alumni who studied over here. But also, I was listening to the weather report, and I hate to tell you, it's going to be 60 and sunny later today.
Oh, that means you're not rushing home anytime soon.
Cardinal, wonderful talking to you this morning. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Absolutely. Get home safely.
Yep, and we'll catch you when you get back. The Archdiocese of Chicago will hold memorial 5 masses today, each at a different church for Pope Benedict XVI. Details on the time and location of each mass are on our website, abc7chicago.com, and all are welcome.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.